2 construction pods are working in a building that's been hit by a terrorist attack. Okay? Some of the building is in ruins. SRB stands for Search and Rescue. Inside the next field, I'm just going to divide it by areas. It may be this way, it may not be this way. There are 2 victims inside the building. The building is too dangerous to send people in, so they have to send a robotic device in. One of the victims is unconscious. One of the victims is conscious. I don't hate called conscious, no. Conscious, but buried by a pile of rubble. I haven't decided what the rubble is yet. It could be broken up cinder blocks or whatever, but it's buried by a pile of rubble. And victim 2 is sending out an audio signal across the room. Or whatever it is. Search and rescue bot, now this is the Vex field, and the room is, search and rescue bot starts out in some corner of the room, picks up on the audio signal, and through the legs of the desks or whatever, the feet of the people who need to be in the room, has to find its way into the Vex field. Once it finds its way in the Vex field, we have the problem of getting the victims out. Part of the problem is that the SRB, I haven't decided yet, but may have a limited means or may not have the means at all to remove the rubble off of victim 2. But victim 1 does. So the SRB has to come in and reanimate victim 1, like perform CPR. So it's like, okay, we drop a power module in it, we download software. This is what we're pulling from last year's project. So the one bot has to repair the other bot, give it software so that this bot can come in and remove the rubble off of victim 2, so that the SRB can come in, animate victim 2, and then all 3 bots, once they leave the Vex field, we'll leave the Vex field open on one side. Once they leave the Vex field, test will be over. Yay, boo, boring. Okay, there's a couple problems. One, victim 2 has, well, there's 2 things wrong with victim 2. Victim 2 is running a timer. Victim 2 is running a timer. 15 minutes you have to save its life. Otherwise it will die of suffocation under the rubble. The other thing with victim 2 is that on the top of the bot, however the bot will look, I don't know, there'll be a kill switch. So if you happen to drop any of the rubble on the victim, you'll kill him. You kill a victim, you lose. There's a teeny other problem. This is the part that we come to that we have to kind of be careful how we talk about the project in class, because I like working here. 2005, we did this project. This project was an autonomous robotic aircraft that was designed to drop a bag of flour on a moving target in a soccer field. Fly into the field, locate the target, and drop the thing. Okay. Now we used a firefighting scenario for this aircraft because we didn't want to use the word smart bomb. Okay? And we definitely don't want to use words like that in this class. Because that will be class. But there is a slight other issue. There is a armed timer in the way of the first victim. When the first timer went through and hit the building, it destroyed some of the building. Another timer went through and just landed in the building and was a dud until it hit the floor and became active. This timer is set for 5 minutes. Actually, let's change it to 20 minutes. We can monkey with it. The timer has a light and a siren or some kind of noise in it, so that we can tell when the timer is actually gone off. There's also a tilt switch. This will be sitting at an angle in some rubble. So the SRB has to come in, has to pick up what we're going to call the electronic, what I call it? I called it ED for EDD. Electronic destination device or something. Yeah. SRB has to come up, and in some section of the field somewhere, there'll be a cradle that can hold it. The SRB has to come in, remove ED, place it in the cradle, and either turn a switch, pull a pin, that hasn't been decided yet, but has to basically disarm ED before it can rescue victim number 1. There's a tilt switch in it. If SRB is not careful, tilt switch goes off, siren goes off, lights goes off, maybe we'll blow some confetti, I don't know. Mission's over. Because you're dead. Sir, how big is it? We don't know yet. Now, this is where the TAs come in. TAs, are you paying attention?
Yeah.
TAs are interested in being here because they also like to be tortured. And Haley especially wanted to be tortured this year because she had so much fun watching the seniors being tortured last year. So, the junior project for this class period is they will design victim 2 and they will design detonation device. That's their role. So they're going to have some member on the team. It's going to have to be, and one member, is going to have to be an interface officer or interface engineer to the TA, so that you know that what you're designing, detonate the thing will actually interface with the detonation device. Whether you can pick it up or, how you can grab it, what the diameter is, that kind of stuff. Okay? So that's what the TA role will be. Question? Yeah.
How many professors in the township?
They will, if they don't, then we will deal with them. You're designing victim 1, and the reason you're designing victim 1 is the SRB has to be able to collaborate with victim 1, so your communication systems and things like that have to be the same. Now, you have to interface with the communication system on victim 2, but you still have to talk to that one as well. And we can either modularize that, and maybe there's just a platform, and we plug a module in that talks to your software, and then we move it and plug in a module that talks to your software, and so, that's the sort of thing that has to be worked out with the TAs. That's what the interface officer is going to do on each team. Okay? Max?
Does the TAs have any motivation, as in, to make us fail? Is there
Of course.
Sort of motivation?
Of course. There's plenty of motivation to make you fail.
Okay.
Because they're juniors and they want to see you fail.
Okay.
We're the terrorists.
Nothing involved.
You don't want to use words like that either.
We're the
Otherwise, we'll have to lock the place down and just
antagonists.
Finger fighters.
Yeah, figure out. Not that. You're not going to hang there.
Are you all still here? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good. I didn't lose any this time, right?
Wow, that's pretty
It was
impressive.
too easy.
There's always room.